Evening everyone, welcome to another episode of the Lotus to Alpine challenge. I realised in episode 1 I did not have my microphone working, which I feel a little bit embarrassed about. Did set the sort out the settings to do just that, and I'll still leave episode 1 up because it's quite a drama-filled race and definitely was more of a literal challenge than I initially thought, but alas, this is episode 2 and we're doing a double episode tonight, so 2 races, Malaysia and Bahrain, because I want to just stack up on some catch-up, catch-up ability for later on, for my personal viewing, and for anyone who enjoys these streams. But the idea obviously is that, if obviously I didn't mention it at the beginning, the off-season of F1 is going to be a while. So I'm doing this playthrough challenge, short races, 15% races, of games on my PS4, because I'm not the best, or the most fortunate yet to have a superior console. But we're playing through from F1 2015 through the 2014 season, 15 all the way up to the current game, 1 season per year, and obviously it's a case of just racing through the more or less the dynasty of the Anstone team. So obviously a while back they were once known as Renault in the old games, or the old noughties years, Benetton before that, Tolman before becoming Team Lotus, or Lotus F1 in 2012 it became Lotus, after they sort of merged them and Renault together. Obviously this is the hybrid era. I'm not going to be able to race on the older games, but yeah, the idea is a season, every race of that season, go on to the next year and progress throughout the off season, doing that. And then when I get to F1 22 and 23, it will be 3 season blocks instead of 1 season for each. So it's more or less just racing through all the games up till F1 21, and in F1 22 and 23 it will be 3 block seasons, and just trying to see how far we can go, and really just for the fun of it. There's no like prize or purpose to it. I'm doing it for the fun and because I really miss F1 and the off season. Yeah, kill. So far, past the Maldonados who I've picked in this season, and I'll put Grosjean next year. But yeah, Patalado, who is probably one of the more unfortunate race drivers, despite having a race win under his name. In race 1 in Australia, started 10th because I didn't want to cheat and take pole. And in this race, I'm going to do a little bit the same and but this time start from the back. But I want to get a little bit of practice in on the track first before starting last. The idea will be from here on out as well, I'll start last every race and try and make up as many positions as possible to get as many points as I can. So let's get out on track so I can get used to this. I am fresh from working at a match today, so I'm still very cold, but also literally shaking. My hands are still, my tips of my fingers are blue. My house is warm, but not warm enough, so I'm going to need a bit of time to get back to it. Another thing to know, I'm not the most proficient driver, as I failed to mention in episode 1. I do races racing line on corners only, and automatic, because I have a controller at the moment. I will get a wheel, I had one before, but that will be what will carry me through this off-season challenge. So feel free to drop a like if you want to, I'd really appreciate it. It keeps me motivated to do this series more throughout this off-season until at least testing starts. Maybe I'll continue it into the new one depending on how the streams do. But yeah, double episode today. So 2 races, we'll have Malaysia and Bahrain, and let's see how I do. Both these races got narrowly close to the points in race 1, but some mistakes cost me in that Grand Prix in Melbourne. So that episode is available without commentary because reluctantly I forgot completely to sort the audio out. Yeah, it's getting used to this track. Doing a few laps, a couple of laps here, so I am understanding where I am, and then we'll get on to the race. As I say, a bit of time. We'll try and do hour-long episodes, so they really are just a race. Oof. That's going to be annoying. So yeah, so the point of interest, it is so cold outside. Having just come in from the football game I was working at, it is so cold that, like, even now I can still feel the a little bit of frostbite in the tips of my fingers and all of that. It's so raw outside, so raw. This hopefully will be a good series, and I'm looking forward to doing this as regularly as possible. Let's just see how we can do these practice apps. Oh, can't keep the car on track in some areas. Obviously, racing with a controller does make it a little bit more challenging keeping the car on the track. Do track extend a lot, as I can, as obviously seen. 2 seconds down to Rosberg. This is going to be a very, very challenging race to get points, but if I can get points I'll be happy. If I don't, then so be it, but fingers crossed we can keep that decent momentum from race 1 going. So a great circuit I do miss on the F1 calendar. Malaysia get some good races from time to time.
That gives us P11.
Going up to 11 on that. Oh, another thing of note, of course, with this game, I can't make a custom driver, which is something I will be doing when I get the chance to race on F1 2016. It's the first race which has customizability. So I make my own driver on the game. Showing a few hairs in that corner there. Easton.
5 kilos of fuel in the tank, just 5 kilos of fuel remain.
So that got through that. Way off the apex there. Oh boy. I really think this is a real track, and I can imagine it being just as challenging on a wheel.
Fuel is marginal. We're close to using up the load. Pit in within 2 laps.
Alright, there we go.
10th time puts us into 10th, P10.
Let's drop back into the retirement session actually.
The Mercedes team will be pleased with their 2 drivers at the end of today's practice. That's P1 and P2.
Right, skip qualifying because, as I say, I'm going to start last for this Grand Prix, and hopefully, just hopefully, this will go a little bit better than it did in race 1. It does depend on a bit of fortune going my way, but well, you just never know with these games, especially this game. It's just
Sit back and
weird.
put your feet up as we head into qualifying here in...
We don't think you'll have any trouble getting into the next session.
Don't mind me saying no to that, Jeff.
Qualifying 1 is now finished. Qualifying 2 should be starting shortly.
Right, here we go. Race time. Just getting used to the track a bit. Trust that I'm confident enough to knock these lads around a little bit and see what happens. The aim is to get 10th place. If I can get 10th, I'm happy. If I can't, then so be it.
Good afternoon and welcome from Sepang for what is going to be a fascinating race. It's the Malaysia Grand Prix. Driving one of those Mercedes to the top of the timesheets in qualifying was Germany's Nico Rosberg. He'll have made quite a few people sit up and take notice with that performance, not least his teammate Lewis Hamilton.
He's definitely going to be difficult to beat today, but anything can happen, so we'll have to keep a close eye on how this unfolds over the course of the race.
The Williams team will be quietly confident that they can find a way to get Valtteri Bottas to his first race win today. The car's been performing really well this weekend.
Valtteri really is shaping up to be a star of Formula 1 for a long time to come. His first race win will be a magical moment when it happens, but will it be today? I think that will be tough.
Ooh, Bottas starting third. Well, in real life, we know he's actually done well to races. Well, I guess race was a few times for Mercedes in the past. But let's see. So, whole idea is obviously get points, and with this being a double, like I said, the hope will be we'll get out of this little Asian leg with a couple on the board, make an improvement on the Australian effort. We're a little bit too fast in Australia, so I've dialed up the intensity a little bit.
We think you're capable of pushing for 12th place today.
Let's go. Let's see how far we can get up the field into turn 1. Birds flying everywhere. I'm going to dive a few into the first corner. Got around the Mauritius. Hello, Grosjean. My God, Grosjean! Oh my lord! Of all the people, Grosjean turning me round. That's harsh. I don't know if I left him space though, if I'm honest, so I may take a little bit of the blame on that one. It's also raining. I'm just seeing specks of the... yes, drops on the car. What do you mean it's arriving in 5 minutes time? It's here already! Right, well, we'll have to be smart about our pit stop now whenever the track just feels a little too greasy. I went onto the prime tyre obviously to go longer than everybody else, but if this is the case, then it's just going to make things a little more difficult. Oh, I didn't mean to push Bianchi that far off, but yeah, got through. Got a lot of work though to make up a few places. I had to get past that Mauritius sooner rather than later. Now, let's try and catch Grosjean. I'm not one to be bitter against a teammate, but at the moment, he nudged me off at turn 1 and I'm not happy about that. I'll be honest, but I'm going to try and race fairly. See if I can just get that move done. Otherwise I'll try and do it on the circuit or through the pit stops. Whoops. That was a poor corner cut. I am so lucky that has not been administered by the stewards there. Right, we're catching Grosjean. We have caught Grosjean. But I can smell the track is just starting to drift away a little bit from being reasonably grippy. Get him through the pit stops here. Those dark Mercedes. Definitely feels like we're in 2014 all over again at the moment. Right. He had me off. I need to start trying to close that gap.
This lap, you can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. We're putting out 0.5 a lap on Gutierrez. Let's be mindful of the conditions. The track is getting wetter. Recommend you stay out for now though. Be much
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna think about boxing soon anyway. I'm gonna try and get the intermediate tyre ready for the next opportunity. Almost nailed it. I'm catching Grosjean. I'm going to try and get him here. Almost side by side. He's on the option tyre. I'm not sure. Thought I had it. This is the next best opportunity I've got. That was a little poor from me. DRS here. Should have him.
confirming that we'll be fitting the intermediate tyres.
I was behind. Got the move. Should have DRS here as well. No, I don't. Okay. I thought I would have it then. Right, intermediate tyres for the next pit stop. Grosjean has DRS. Right, got him. Should be okay going into turn 1, and I'm ahead of my team. Might as well stick to my team. If Grosjean was going to pump me off in that way, poor blind. Missed if he just joined us. Grosjean turned me round going into turn 1, turn 2 sorry, on the first lap as I tried to get around a few of the Marussias, and I've been able to make the progress I've been hoping to make. I've just made him, and with the rain falling, I'm going to assume DRS will get disabled in the next moment or so. I've already set the intermediate tyre for the next pit stop. Or when I do box at the first opportunity, it's just not greasy enough yet to go onto that tyre. Where I can feel reasonable grip starting to disappear. Refreshing to hear, Jeff, but we're going to have to.
It should be a few laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being.
It's because I look after my tyres. Mind you, that right front, left front's taking a real backstone.
Just 5 seconds separate you.
Right, so 5 seconds of Fiat in the Toro Rosso. P15, 5 5.2 seconds to clear. Grosjean is catching me, or more or less staying with me, because I'm not able to make the most of the conditions at the moment. It is really not bad, the weather, but it's going to get harder and harder in rain in a minute. It's 9/10 something like that. Pulled out 7 on Grosjean and gained 7 on Toro Rosso. I think he might be in a DRS train. Yeah.
Just made a move for first.
Hamilton leads in the Mercedes. Shock. Stuck in there myself trying to catch the guy in front. Let's see, can we keep closing that gap?
We're expecting you in around 2 laps.
5.1 to Fiat.
You're increasing your lead over Grosjean by a full second a lap.
Yeah, we're quicker than that time. This car isn't too bad at the moment, but just I can close that gap. I know I can. It's just whatever I try and do to get to Fiat isn't working. Even though I am pushing clear on Grosjean, whose option tyres are starting to suffer a little bit.
The tyre situation is pretty touch and go right now. We thought the slicks may still be quicker, but it's very close, and you're going to struggle to keep them in the temperature window. The inters are ready when you need them.
Yeah, I know they're ready. I set them up to be ready. God damn it. 4.1 to Kvyat. I've closed that gap considerably, maybe because he's battling the car in the front. Just gotta do something. Start making a move. Now in eyesight, let's just about make out the back of that Toro Rosso. Even though it looks very far away. Cars are starting to pit in positions. Now I see Vern and good going in.
Toro Rosso gearing up for a pit stop. I'm not sure which driver yet. Pit window is open. The pit window is open.
I may just opt to go onto options. The rain is going to stay like this. It might be a regrettable decision, we'll see. Sebastian Vettel's come up behind me. And now racing Danny Kvyat. Track is deteriorating.
In the next part of the track, no overtaking through the yellow flags.
Someone's going slow. It's a Force India. And Sergio Perez is in trouble.
Okay, I'm sure you can feel it already, but we're starting to notice some tyre wear now. They should be good for a while longer though.
Just trying to hold up Vettel nicely.
There's about a lap's worth of spare fuel in the car. You won't be able to run in mix 3 for long with that much, but do burn it if you need to.
Perez doing a blinding job. He's been holding the pack up a little bit. Those who just came out can't get their tyres warm. Now in P8, I do not know if I want to pit onto softs or do than take the risk. Option tyres it is. It is raining, but it's not raining more than enough. We need to go on to intermediate tyres.
Release.
Right, faster tyre should mean I get in to a window where I can close that gap on the points. I can actually do that now.
The exit will receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
I need to warm these up though, over a period of time. The next 6 laps or so on these tyres should give me a chance of getting into those points. Unfortunately, Grosjean pitted at the same time as me, so this is not going to get him into the top 10. But I am going to try and squeeze as much out of these tyres as I can to get those points. Yeah, in front still super. He's on.
Looks like it's probably about time we change tyres. It's a bit of a crossover period for sure. The longer we stay out, the worse it's going to get.
Refreshing to know I've just come in for option tyres and they don't feel super mad. Let's see, just over the next half a lap or so, I start to struggle properly now. It's not to the point where if I go on the curves I just fly off the track. Oh dear. That was not supposed to happen. Alonso and Vettel. Vettel's been just past Alonso. Why is it showing? Yeah, Alonso's going to get me here.
Okay, we need to be quicker at this point, so really put your foot down. If you hit your apexes and keep your exits clean, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Alonso's in the Ferrari as I said, and he
Okay,
is
we'll fit Inters on your next stop.
throwing it out there. Yeah, I thought dries were not the best option. It turns out Alonso's on the intermediate tyre. Through he goes. Sebastian Vettel's going to follow him through.
You've fallen into P13. Tyre data is looking positive so far. We think there's plenty of life left in these for the moment.
I made a bad call not to change onto the intermediates, but here we are. We're going to have to pay the price for it. They are faster cars, the Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, apologies. Ferrari, Red Bull and Williams are faster cars. This is down on the side on those intermediate tyres.
Bottas is out in front.
Bottas leading. I'm going to get made mincemeat of by Felipe Massa.
Copy.
Just going to have to reduce that risk and take the hit. Ah, it's going to sting. That one really stings.
Exit now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
It's not all doom and gloom.
You're 5 places behind Roman.
new goal, try and catch Roman before the end of the race.
I know these conditions look pretty terrible, but that water is draining away. I think the intermediate is going to stay the tyre of choice for a while yet.
I shouldn't have changed my mind. Ah! That really stings! Really stings. But let's get back. Got to do something to get up, catch our teammate. And we can also catch the cars in front. And if we can at least beat Grosjean in this race, then we can set up something out of that. Poor strategy call I made.
DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline.
Oh, so depressing.
Keep your focus. Everyone's struggling in these conditions.
Usually I'd have used flashbacks, but I thought to challenge myself I would turn them off and just drive on instinct alone, and any mistakes I make I'm just going to have to work on rectifying them in the race rather than have a means of getting back into it by, in reality, cheating. That's what I used to do a lot of programs, was use flashbacks to cover up for my mistakes, but instead I just want to make sure that I get through these races and whatever happens, happens. So this is the learning curve I'm going to have to take to adapt to making the right calls in the future, and adapt, and also avoiding having to use means of reversibility to change my outcomes. So if I'm catching over to that with more or less caught out soon, I just don't make mistakes or let the car drift away all that much. Oh dear. Right, no DRS. Let's try and set a few laps that will keep good into those tyres, but help me catch the only car I can pass. It looks like Grosjean now looks like a bit of a lofty ambition in finishing ahead of him.
3 seconds a lap.
So,
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
well, it's still too dry. Not too dry, but not dry enough to feel comfortable. Meets me of Ericsson down the outside. Nice move. That is a very good pass. Yes, thanks for reminding me I'm right at the back. Next is Jules Bianchi. Grosjean is 2 cars ahead, but under no circumstances will I get near him. means I can stay in rich for another lap or so. Try and get the Marussia. So frustrating. The natural thing I should have done was stick to what I knew would keep me in the race, and going onto the option tyre probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. Ultimately, that's the sort of thing that will haunt me later in these championships. Third lap remaining to try and catch the 4 seconds to Marussia. It's going to be hard to keep close to him. I've got to do a really barnstorming lap on the final lap here to get anywhere near that car. Never going to get him now. Run wide, that's going to do it.
Gaining a second per lap on Bianchi.
Yeah, 4 seconds. Nope. I ran wide on the final corner. Exit the final corner.
You're creating a good lead over Ericsson. You're around 2 seconds a lap faster than him.
That's very frustrating. Just that mistake. I think I would have had that 3 or 4 tenths on that last lap on Bianchi. Struggle there. Bottas winning the race. Well, prophecy came true from the beginning. Complex task getting close to Bianchi, particularly if I'm sliding around there. So I have enough fuel to get to the end. Too late. That is really disappointing. But we crossed the line. P18, second race in a row, out of the points after a regrettable call. Really sting. Really sting. Oh.
What a great day's racing here today. And one driver that will be very happy with his day's work will be Valtteri Bottas, whose race win means that he's now the championship leader.
It's a wonderful result for Valtteri, but after the celebrations have taken place, he'll be focused on doing the same thing at the next race.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Oh, it's Bianchi who turned me round. Dear me. Wow, Rosberg didn't finish. Deary me, that's not good for him. Oh well, right, so, after all that, we finished at P18. Grosjean finished ahead of us, but couldn't get in the points. So no points for Lotus again. And Bottas leads the championship. So it'll be interesting to see how we fare in Bahrain. That's going to come up in a minute, but thank you for watching this episode. If you could stomach watching half an hour, let's see what may happen in round 3 down in the Middle East. But enough from me. I hope you enjoyed it. I think is it China? I don't know if it's China or I don't know if it's China or Bahrain next. I'm going to find out. I could be wrong because this is a 2014 calendar and it's a bit different to this current edition. Okay, my instincts were correct. It is Bahrain. All right, so we're back for that race very soon. Thanks for joining me for this one. Hope you liked it. Please hit the like button if you did. Subscribe for more of this wonderful Road to Alpine series, and hopefully we'll get some points in Bahrain. So we'll talk to you very, very soon. Thanks and goodbye.